welcome on 360 Sports on Trust TV. It's weekend and a lot of sporting activities will be coming your way from the stable of 360 Sport on Trust TV. That's why we are here. I am Adeni Ajishafe. Lots of stories I'll be bringing to you on this show. A lot of stories that is trending and those that we'll be having for review during the week that happened from Monday, from Sunday down till even yesterday, Friday. That's why we are here and welcoming you on the show proper. Now, we start from a man that has really done well when it comes to doing sport as a Nigerian. His name is Haruna Quadri. Haruna Quadri, as we speak right now, he has done so well, breaking so many records. We are looking at what he has done at the ongoing ITTF World Table Tennis Championship taking place in Houston, Texas. Haruna Quadri and 16 other African players traveled to Houston, Texas. And to let you know, he's the only one remaining to fight for the men's singles. He has done well by breaking the record of the Egyptian Omar Assar. The record he said was, as an African player at the world level, he was able to get to the round of 32. But as we speak right now, Nigerian Haruna Quadri has made it to round of 8. That's a feat no one has ever done in Africa. Haruna Quadri was able to defeat in this first game, round of 128, Alexander Kani of Belarus. He defeated him there 4-0, that's 4-0, and he went ahead to play in the round of 64, where he also did well, defeating the Brazilian Vitor Ishi in that encounter. He also went ahead to play in the round of 32, where he also did well, where he did well against Indian Sesenagarayan. He won that encounter too. Now, as we speak this morning, he did well by qualifying for the round of 8. Defeating from last round of 16, now he has qualified for round of 8. He did well against Christian Carlsen of Sweden. He won that encounter 4-3. All his games 4-3, 4-3, 4-2, 4-0, 4-0. Talking about Haruna Quadri, number 1 in Africa, and as we speak, is rated as number 17 in the world. And he has been the only man to have broken that record in Africa, from Africa, and also talking about the world level, getting to the round of 8 at the World Table Tennis Championship taking place in Houston, Texas. No African man has ever done this. The highest we've ever gone is round of 32, set by Omar Assar. But we have an African, a Nigerian, who has set the record of getting to the round of 8 in table tennis, the one they call ping pong, against the likes of Fan Zhendong, all the stars from across the world. We hope that Haruna Quadri will continue to fly high the flag of Nigeria in the sport he has so chosen. Good one. We just have to appreciate that this Nigerian who has done well for himself and also for this nation in the world of table tennis. Hopefully, he will do well. That's for Haruna Quadri. We've been talking concerning this Nigerian doing so well, and to also let you know that he will be representing Nigeria and also Africa. He's the only African that has been invited for another competition that will be coming up later. That should be next year, and he will also be competing there because of the fact that the rating, it was rated 17, and among the top 20 is part of those players that will be showcasing their talent in the world of table tennis. A good one coming from Haruna Quadri, a Nigerian that have made table tennis so exciting when you watch him play. Now we move away from table tennis. Let's talk about another story that we have for you. A lot of activities has been happening in the world of sport. At this time around, we move straight to talk about basketball. Nigerian D Tigers, before they went to the FIBA World Cup qualifiers, a lot of people were tipping them that they will be able to run through easily according to the group that they are playing in Group A, where we have Nigeria, Cape Verde, Uganda, and also Mali. But as it is right now, the first game they play on Friday over there in Benguela, Angola, so painful. They lost that encounter in 71-79 against Cape Verde. Cape Verde is becoming a real thorn in the flesh of Nigeria when it comes to sport right now, because in football, they are there, and also basketball. They were able to did well against us, winning 79 against 71 Nigerian scoreline. Ike Diogu, the captain, was able to score at least 15 points, 7 rebounds, and 1 assist, where a player from Cape Verde stood out. His name is Anderson Correa. He was able to stand out, scoring 18 points for his country. And now Nigeria will be facing Mali in another encounter today. Hopefully, we can beat Mali and also defeat Uganda before we can talk about qualifying for the World Cup. What could be the reason behind this? Is it because of the coach? No. Is it because of the players? No. Those answers are going to be answered by the time they play against Mali and also against Uganda in their next games. Talking about the FIBA World Cup qualifiers that is ongoing over there in Benguela, Angola. Hoping the Nigerian D Tigers will do well. A lot of people are looking at what are the reasons why Nigerian D Tigers are not performing to the expectations that we expected from them, because of the fact that we know what is going on in the MBBF issue, the election, the money and all that. Recently, the Nigerian D Tigers, that is the women basketball team, came out threatening that they will not honor the qualifiers if the allowances and bonuses owed them are not paid. Although some of those money have been given to them, but still remaining, adult and athletes and all the allowances they need to get from that has been given to them, or at least allotted them. They just have to. We just have to do things right in this country. Talking about basketball is a sport that a lot of Nigerians love, and we still understand why that sport has been the one facing a lot of crisis. Although it happens in athletics, it happens in gymnastics, a lot of sports, basketball only is an extraordinary one. Right now, Nigerian D Tigers, according to some people, are they reaping from the issue concerning Nigerian Basketball Federation? Or is it because of the low performance, the enthusiasm that will have come from the fact that they will have given the money allotted to them, because it will be a morale booster? All those answers will be coming out soon. We'll wait to see what's going to happen, even though the election has been, according to FIBA, that election must be done between now and January 30, given to the Federal Ministry of Youth and Sport that they must conduct an election where MBBF can run as a distinctive body. Well, we just hope that everything will go well concerning Nigerian basketball, as we are reviewing what's happened to Nigerian D Tigers, losing against Cape Verde 79-71. First and second quarter, Nigeria won, and third and fourth, Cape Verde won, and they actually silenced the Nigerian D Tigers. Hopefully, they will get it right. Moving away from basketball, we talk about badminton. Badminton is another sport. A lot of Nigerians are into that sport. We have Adeyori there, a lot of the Adeshokun rather, who are doing well in this sport. But right now, they will all be filing out today and also on Sunday for the final of the IGP, Inspector General of Police Badminton Championship, taking place at the Badminton Indoor Sports Hall of the Police College in Ikeja, Lagos. A lot of players, badminton players, have actually played, but as it is, the finalists are emerging from the women category. We have at least Funke Yenuba and Tosin Atolagbe. They will be fighting for honors in the finals, as they were able to win their semi-finals on Friday. While the men will also be filing out to play in the semi-final for today. Talking about badminton, the Inspector General of Police Badminton Championship taking place in Lagos. Recently, it was the weightlifting, talking about the first edition of the IGP weightlifting championship that took place in Abuja. But this time around is badminton. That shows that the police force are really using sport as a medium to unite and also give credence to that sport. A lot of Nigerian men and women who are into those sports will have platform to compete. And also the Nigerian police, that we know that they all normally bring up a lot of athletes in the world of sport, will also have this particular opportunity to showcase their talent. Don't forget, Chioma Juma, the only woman that has done so well when it comes to, in fact, the only Nigerian that has competed to win gold for Nigeria when it comes to athletics. She did well in that particular long jump then. And also to let you know that Leson Debada and all the likes, they've done well for Nigeria in all these sports from Nigerian police. So badminton, weightlifting, all these sports, Nigerian police machine in football, they are all there. So police force is a place, a breed ground where you have a lot of athletics coming up to make name for Nigeria. Good one there. We've been reviewing all these sports, talking about table tennis, basketball, and also badminton, for Nigerians to know that 360 Sport covers all. Well, we will be actually talking about other activities that happen in the world of sport. But this time around, let's talk about CAF. Confederation of African Football, that is, they will be playing Confederations Cup this weekend, where 2 Nigerian teams will be playing. We talk about Enyimba International and also Rivers United. Al Masry of Egypt are already in Nigeria. They will be facing Rivers United in Aba, where they will be playing that particular match in the neutral ground. While Nigeria, Enyimba will also, they are supposed to be playing against Al Ittihad in Tunisia. But as we speak right now, they are stuck because they cannot get into Tunisia due to the fact that they have been asked for vaccination of COVID-19, and they are saying, well, they are not being told concerning it from the Tunisia embassy. A lot of issues there. As we speak right now, they are stuck from entering Tunisia to prepare ahead of the match against Al Ittihad. Well, we'll be looking at that right now, and I have in the studio our usual in-house analyst in the person of Peters Olawale. Good to have you on the show.
Thank you, Mr. Adeni. It's my pleasure to be here once again, and good morning, our viewers.
Good one. Now, I just popped up a particular scenario. Enyimba International, they are supposed to be playing in the CAF Confederations Cup, and they'll be playing against Al Ittihad. As we speak right now, they are stuck in Tunisia. They cannot enter Tunisia because of issue of COVID-19. So, they are saying the Tunisia embassy did not notify them that they demand for COVID-19 vaccination or whatever they call it. Now, they just have to stay, and the match will be played tomorrow. What would they do? They are stuck. A lot of people are saying, what's going to happen now? Now that they are not allowed to enter Tunisia, is it going to be a walkover for Al Ittihad? Since Enyimba couldn't walk in, already we know that Al Masry versus Rivers United will be happening in Aba. They were allowed in. So Nigeria, well, now Nigeria against entering Tunisia. Talking about Enyimba International. Okay,
a sad one there for the African football. And I think at this point, the CAF needs to come in and investigate what really happened. The visa were issued to the players from Nigeria by the Tunisia embassy. At that point, what process did they tell them they need to follow concerning COVID-19 before they entered? That question needs to be asked, so that we'll be sure and rule out the possibility of playing politics with football. Currently now, our players, they are traumatized. They are down. They're having a match tomorrow, talking about 24 hours. And right now, they don't know their fate. If they're going to play, they're not going to play. And I foresee a situation whereby, at the end of the day, they will find a way and tell them, but that is not good for the game of football. The future has been released far before now, and they've applied for their visa far before now. They should have informed them that, oh, if you really want to enter Tunisia, these are the process you need to follow concerning COVID-19 vaccination. So if that is not done, at the point of entry, you are now telling them that you are expecting this. I think that is very, very, very sad and not a good one for the game of football in Africa. So I think the Tunisia embassy in Nigeria, they need to answer some questions. The CAF, they need to investigate. The issue of walkover shouldn't come in at all. The issue of walkover shouldn't come in at all. So I think there's need to really investigate what happened that we are having this embarrassing situation.
Is it that they notified them, or maybe they are the one that didn't take to the notification, or, you understand, if they investigate and say, okay, Tunisian embassy, let them know from Nigeria that they will be, they should be answerable to COVID-19 protocols and all that, then they say, okay, it's their fault. But right now, as it says, people are saying CAF to just intervene. CAF need to do something. It's either to reschedule this match, get it done, pick a day that, okay, both of you will play in a different ground, so that issue of all this kind of delay will not happen.
Okay, apart from the CAF coming in to reschedule, they still need to investigate so that the future occurrence will not happen again. Let's not really drop the ball. I doubt if the Tunisia embassy made it known to the Nigerian authority, the Enyimba, that this is what you need to do before we grant you entry, and they went ahead
without doing such.
Without
preparing for it.
I really doubt if that's the situation.
Enyimba wouldn't want to do that.
No, they won't want to do
it. They know what it takes.
They know what it takes, exactly. So I think, like I said, we need to rule out politics from football.
And there's something someone said. He said that North Africa, to be candid, they have a way of bringing up things just to weaken the West African players, to traumatize them, or one thing or the other. Even when they are playing matches, you see the way they will be try to gaggle the ref, the players, just to cause something that will make the team have a loss or something, because it's very common. North Africans, they are very tricky with the way they play football, according to the idea of that person.
Yeah, I agree with him also. And I think in the 80s or early 90s, there was a CAF champion. I think the final between Shooting Star and Samalek. And there's this saying that Samalek people, they are albinos, so they don't see very well in the afternoon. So the best thing for Nigerians to do is to fix that match in the afternoon.
Okay.
Around 2 p.m. in the afternoon. So that if you do that, it will bring down the morale of the players. So like you said, right, we have that in Africa. Not only in Africa, we have it in the world also. I recall a Champions League game between Inter Milan and Barcelona during Jose Mourinho, when he won the Champions League. The year he won treble with Inter. We knew what they went through. And they couldn't allow them to sleep at night, the Barcelona fans.
Just to traumatize
them. They didn't allow them to sleep at night, singing, making noise, shouting. The players were practically awake. And they have a match the following day. But they went to the match with determination.
And despite that, against all odds, they won.
And they won. So I think if the situation we are having currently now is the same thing that they are trying to do, I trust my people.
They will be able to.
They will be able to, because when it comes to frustrating Nigerian effort, that is when we give it to you, that we can adapt to any situation. And when we are determined to do something to succeed, we have what it takes to succeed.
Good one there. He has been talking concerning the Enyimba situation. Enyimba, as we speak right now, they are stuck. They can't enter Tunisia. In fact, they just have to stay there to see what's going to happen because of the match they are supposed to play against Al Ittihad. Hopefully, this issue will be looked into by CAF. Now, let's go to the big one. Okay, let's go on a short break. By the time we return, we go straight to the big leagues over there in Europe, the top 5 leagues. But before then, on a short break. We'll be right back.
Get latest updates on current topical issues and breaking news by downloading the Trust TV mobile app on your Android devices. Go online, click Google Play Store, search Trust TV, install the app, and get doses of unfiltered information on happenings all over the world in your pocket. Trust TV, documenting the Nigerian story.
Good to have you back. We're talking sports on Trust 360 on Trust TV. Now we move straight to the top big ones that will be happening in Europe. We've reviewed all the other sports that happened during the week. Aruna Kodri has been there doing well in table tennis. It started like a joke. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and this man won't stop winning. And also we talk about badminton. We're over there in Lagos. A lot of Nigerian badminton players will be showcasing their talent at the final of the IGP Badminton Championship. Now also we talk about CAF, Confederation of African Football Confederations Cup, where Enyimba has talked. They are not allowed to enter Tunisia due to the fact that issue of COVID-19. And also Nigerian D Tigers losing their first match at the FIBA qualifiers taking place in Benguela, Angola by 71 to 79 against Cape Verde. They'll be facing Mali and also Uganda in the remaining games. Now, let's go straight to Europe. Let's talk about the matches for this weekend. I know a lot of people are waiting for this. So many matches, so many big matches, but I think the biggest one this weekend is going to be between Manchester United and Chelsea. Now, let's look at the fixtures in the English Premier League. We have Arsenal against Newcastle. That will be starting very early. Crystal Palace against Aston Villa. Two coaches, Gerrard versus Vieira there. Liverpool against Southampton. While Norwich City against Wolverhampton Wanderers. While Brighton and Hove Albion against Leeds United. So tomorrow matches: Brentford against Everton, Burnley, Tottenham Hotspur, Leicester, Watford, Manchester City, West Ham, and Chelsea, Manchester United. But we'll be dwelling on 3 out of these matches. We'll be looking at Arsenal, Newcastle. We'll be looking at Man City, West Ham, and also Chelsea versus Manchester United. Now let's start from Arsenal versus Newcastle, Arteta versus the team that right now a lot of people want to see. They have the money now. What can they do against Arsenal in this particular encounter? From you.
Okay, I think Arsenal, if we are to go by by head-to-head and by the history, I think Arsenal may likely win. However, what happened in the past doesn't mean it will happen again in the future. Newcastle, they've played 12 matches this season. They drew 6 and they lost 6. They've not won any match at all. And they have a new coach now, and that is in person of Eddie Howe, who is going to play his first match today. And he's known to be very attacking prone. He's used to this style and pattern of 4-3-3, unlike what we had with Steve Bruce, that was relieved of his job not quite long. Yes, they have the money to spend, but I don't think they will spend that money until next season, maybe from January. They have to do it not
bit by bit.
Bit by bit. It's not something that will just say, oh, tomorrow they want to do this. We all know what happened when Manchester City, they had a new investor. Then they started with Arsenal.
Yes.
Nasri was one of those people that left. Clichy was one of those.
They started picking one by one before they built that
team. And the team is still, with the amount of money the Manchester City they've spent up to now, they've not won Champions League. They are just dominating the Premier League. So that shows that it is not something that will happen overnight. So judging by that, and then we look at the head-to-head between Eddie Howe also and Arsenal and Arteta. I think they've met, he has played against Arsenal 11 times. He won twice. He drew once.
And lost.
And he lost the remaining. So that means it is not looking
good for Newcastle.
And they are sitting at the bottom of the table also. And then the meeting between Arsenal and Newcastle, the last 16 matches they've played, Arsenal have won 15 times. 15 good times Arsenal have won. So that shows that, okay, there is something for them to play for. And if you look at the last match between Newcastle also and the Brentford, you can see a new Newcastle. What do I mean by a new Newcastle? They scored 3 goals, though they considered 3 goals also. It ended 3-3. So that means they are coming out from their defensive approach, pattern, style, to be more offensive right now. So today's match is going to be a very good one. Then Arsenal also, coming from their embarrassing and humiliation 4-0 by Liverpool, and they will have a point to prove that their last 10 unbeaten matches before they were embarrassed by Liverpool is not a fluke. So they want to pick it up from where they stop. So I think it's going to be a very good cracker. Though the Arsenal team, they've not been that fantastic when it comes to goal scoring. This season, I think they've scored about 13 goals.
All in all.
All in all, they've scored 13 goals. While the Newcastle, as bad as they are, they've scored 15 goals this season. So that means there will be goals today. So the issue is, how are you able to defend your goal, to make sure that you make use of your wingers, you make use of the wings, and you make use of the opportunity you have. So with the likes of our own, I'll still call him our own, even though he's not playing for Nigeria. Yes, and Saka will be there. Smith Rowe also will be there. Then their keeper that have been doing a very good job also, Aaron Ramsdale, he too will be there to give it all what it takes for Arsenal to
defeat Newcastle United.
To try to defeat Newcastle United.
Okay, to try to defeat according to you.
Yeah, because the Newcastle also, the players will want to impress the new coach. We have a new coach and we have a new investors. So everybody will be fighting for their place in the team. They'll be fighting for a place in the team.
Before they bring in one player to replace you.
To replace you. Okay, let me prove my worth. They are paying me 30,000 pounds. Let me prove that I can earn 150. More than that. And how can I do that? Is by making sure that I do what is expected of me up on the pitch. So it's going to be a very good cracker and a match to watch.
We just analyze Arsenal against Newcastle there, talking about the match that will be coming up over the talking about Arsenal versus Newcastle. Eddie Howe will be coming to see, can he get it right against Mikel Arteta? Those fixtures we are looking at. Now let's talk about another one. Manchester City. They will be at the ITTF to host West Ham. West Ham United have shocked everyone this season. Why? They've been very consistent. The man that was not able to do so well in Manchester United have turned things around since he moved to West Ham in the city of London. Does it mean that Moyes seems to do so well with, we did well with Everton, he's doing well with West Ham. West Ham has really shocked a lot of people right now. If you check the table, they are doing so well against Manchester City. Do you see them? Can you say that you see West Ham giving a lot of headache to Man City today in their match tomorrow? Yeah,
sure, they will. The last encounter between the two, I think West Ham United, they won by penalty. So that's the Carabao Cup that they both played 0-0 before it went to the penalty.
And they were able to win.
And they won the match. So if they won that, what stopped them from winning
against Man City?
Against Man City tomorrow also. And like you said, the team in 2019, when David Moyes took over, they are fighting relegation. But it ended up last season 6th, above Arsenal and Tottenham.
And
now they are 4th on the table. So that means David Moyes, he has justified the number of years he has spent in the Premier League as a coach. And it shows also that it can do very well if it's not under pressure. I listened to his interview day before yesterday that the new owner, they have the new owners also, that bought in 27%, that they want to inject money, and he told them that the best thing is to do it stage by stage. 2 years ago, we were fighting for relegation. We have players that took us out from that zone to the top 6. Now, we are 4th, and we've already qualified again for the next round of the Europa. So, it's a team in transition. You don't just come in and say, oh, let's change 3, 4, 5 players. We're going to destabilize the team. So having said that, though, that means it has a long-term goal and plan for the club, and for the team, and for the players. And it also show that he has confidence in his team. He believes so much in the team. Let me deal with this team, and they will take us to the promised land. We can inject players one after the other. So I think the match tomorrow against Manchester City is going to be a very interesting one also. Knowing Pep Guardiola with his tiki-taka, most of the time he plays with false nine, he uses the wings most of the time. So in West Ham, they have what it takes to stop them. However, the Manchester City also, they're still having injury. Jack Grealish is still under probability, maybe he's going to play or not. Foden, we still don't know if he's going to play or not. So these are advantage that they have, and they are having a boost. I'm talking about the West Ham. One of their defenders that had injury, that didn't play, is back. Wright is back to play. Then also Antonio, one of the best striker we have in the Premier League currently this season, is also back. He didn't play their last match because he wants to rest him for tomorrow's match. So it's going to be a very good cracker between the 4th place and the 2nd place. And the Man City also wants to win the match to put pressure on Chelsea, but they are playing their match before Chelsea and Manchester United come
now in. Using that one to enter Chelsea versus Manchester United, the whole England attention is on these two teams, as they will be fighting out also tomorrow in the English Premier League. Who do you think will win? Is it the Blues or the team that we're talking about, Manchester United? As it is right now, we look at Manchester United versus Chelsea.
Okay, and if you are to go by history, I'll give it to Manchester United. Because for the last 5 meetings, I think Man United have been coming on top, above Chelsea. They've been winning the matches. I think 4 or 5 matches, Manchester United have. Chelsea has not won any of those 4 or 5 matches. I can't really recall, either 4 or 5. However, if you look at the current crop of Chelsea players, they've played how many matches? They've played 12 matches. They've scored 30 goals. They've conceded only 4 goals. And that is the least goal being considered by any top team in the whole Europe.
That shows they are really a team now.
That is the least being considered by any top team in Spain, Europe, Italy, Bundesliga. Only 4 goals considered this season. And these 30 goals were scored by about 13 players. So that means the goal will come tomorrow. But where's the goal coming from? Nobody knows. Nobody knows where.
Are you seeing Chelsea winning? That's the question now.
Okay.
On the hot seat.
Honestly, I see Chelsea winning. Why? Manchester United, they've scored 20 goals this season, and they've conceded 21.
That's a minus.
So they have a -1. So you are a team that have conceded 21 goals is playing against a team that have scored 30 goals. A team that have conceded only 4 goals is playing with a team that have conceded. So looking at the statistics we have readily available, I'll give it to Chelsea. However, it's not going to be an easy ride. Why? The players, they want to prove a point. I know there's one thing about players that I used to say. If they want to win for a coach, if they want to play for the club, they know what to do. The coach, they don't even need to tell them what they need to do. They will go in there and they will do the business. And good news for Manchester United, Cavani is back. So you can see the combination of Cavani and Ronaldo tomorrow. I don't know what the lineup is going to look like. But however, him coming back from the injury is a plus. While in Chelsea, they are battling with injury. We saw N'Golo Kante limped off during the match against Juve at 35 or 36 minutes. Chilwell also is almost out of the season. So they have their own injury prone also. But nevertheless, they have team. When I'm saying team, they have depth of players that can withstand any pressure. If they can deal with Juve,
who says they can't deal with Man United?
Man United?
And if they can deal with other teams, who say Man United cannot deal with them?
Definitely, to prove a point that, Carrick
can make a statement.
That, this is going to be my last match. So guys, please go out there and win it for me. Do it for me. Let it be that I'm living my coaching career at Manchester United as
on a high note.
I won the match. Not just I won the champion of Europe.
That's Chelsea.
That's Chelsea.
Good one there. We've been talking concerning the English Premier League fixtures for this weekend. Our focus has been on Arsenal versus Newcastle, not forgetting Manchester United against Chelsea and Manchester City against West Ham United for the English Premier League. Let's go to La Liga, where they play the tiki-taka football. Let's talk about some matches. There are a lot of matches will be coming up in the La Liga, a lot of matches. But we will be looking at, Villarreal against Barcelona and Real Madrid against Sevilla. Those are the two biggest matches, despite the fact that Atletico Bilbao against Granada, Real Betis against Levante, Espanyol against Real Sociedad, the team that shocked everyone over there in La Liga. You have Real Madrid against Sevilla and Villarreal against Barcelona. Villarreal, Barcelona at the Salamanca, and Real Madrid versus Sevilla.
Okay, I think Barcelona is a team in transition, and I think they are trying to get their bearing right now. I think their last 5 matches in La Liga, they've lost, if not for their match against Espanyol, which they won narrowly last week. So that means they have the confidence again now that, we can do it. We don't need to have the likes of Messi and Neymar before we can do what we need to do. We are playing for Barcelona, so their tiki-taka is coming to play again with the youngster they have in their team. And like what Xavi said during his briefing, that he believes so much in the academy, because he happens to be a product of
La Masia.
So definitely he's trying to build a team. So we shouldn't expect much from Barcelona this season. Next season they will get it right.
You see Villarreal winning, briefly.
Okay, I see Barcelona winning.
You see Barcelona winning.
I don't see.
What about Real Madrid and Sevilla?
Real Madrid.
They actually win.
They are doing very, very well.
Well, wonderfully well.
Wondering right now. They've scored 30 goals so far this season. Well, so the goals are just coming in left, right, and center. Benzema and co. They are doing the job right. And Ancelotti, he has how to psych a player, how to make a player understand that you are the best.
That's a good one there, coming from the Spanish La Liga, where Real Madrid will be facing Sevilla, Villarreal also against Barcelona, the two biggest matches in the Spanish La Liga Santander, as we will call it. Now let's move straight. Our time is running up. Let's go straight to Italian Serie A, defensive league. That's where some matches will be coming up also quickly. We'll be looking at Juventus versus Atalanta. Atalanta has been a surprising team for the past 2 years in the Champions League and also even in the La Liga Serie A. You have Roma versus Torino, Napoli versus Lazio, another big one. Napoli, Lazio, Venezia against Inter Milan, Udinese against Genoa, AC Milan hosts Sassuolo, Spezia play hosts Bologna, while AS Roma will be playing against Torino. You have Olaino there against Jose Mourinho. Is it going to be possible? Roma, Torino, you have Napoli, Lazio, Juventus, Atalanta.
Okay, and I think the star match will be between Napoli and Lazio, because the Napoli, they want to consolidate their
number one on
the spot right now, knowing fully that the last time they won the Scudetto was in 1980, I think
a long time ago.
86 and 1990. Yeah. I think that was the last time they won it. So they have the opportunity this time around to win it. So they are going to go out there. Though they have injury. Our own Victor Osimhen is there with injury, but however they are still doing very, very well. And like rightly put during the introduction, Italian league, they are known for defensive. So we're going to see a lot of interesting matches. So I'll give it to Napoli. They want to consolidate, and last year also they want to prove a point that, oh, I need to consolidate my top four target and for this season. So let's see how it goes. But I give it to the Napoli because the way they are playing right now.
They are fantastic.
They are very fantastic.
Well, Napoli has been the team doing so well in the Italian Serie A. Right now, they are topping the table ahead of AC Milan, Inter Milan, Juventus, and the likes, and they are ready to also scoop. They will be facing Lazio in another cracker for this weekend, while Juventus hosts Atalanta over there in the city of Turin. You have Roma in the city of Rome playing against Torino, as it will be happening live in Italian Serie A. Now we move straight to the German Bundesliga. We are taking you through the top 5 leagues in Europe. And now we go to the Bundesliga, where Wolfsburg, the team that play at the Volkswagen Arena, they will be playing host to Borussia Dortmund, the team from the Signal Iduna Park. That encounter there. You also have RB Leipzig against Bayer Leverkusen. Other fixtures, you have VfL Bochum 1848 against Freiburg, while Hertha Berlin play host to Augsburg. Borussia Mönchengladbach, they travel away to play against FC Cologne. Bayern Munich at home against Arminia Bielefeld, and you just have to look at Leipzig against Bayer Leverkusen. Bayer Leverkusen against Leipzig, that'd be a big match because you look at Leipzig so far. Leipzig, they are like Atalanta of Italy. They shocked everyone when they play in the UEFA Champions League. Nobody gave them a chance, even though their manager later left for Bayern, Nagelsmann. But they still hold into that momentum. Leverkusen, Leipzig.
Okay, and what we are seeing at RB Leipzig is about when you set a process in place for an academy or for a team. It's either you are there or you are not there, the process will continue running. So that's why we see them doing very well, not only at the Bundesliga, even in Europe also. They are not doing badly in Europe also. So going by that and the fact that they have been an underdog all this while, and they prove a point to a lot of people that, come on, we are here to stay also. We want to be competing with the likes of Borussia Dortmund, Bayern Munich, so definitely they will do it against Bayern Leverkusen.
Good one. They are now looking at another league, because we just have to pinpoint all these matches. The biggest one, a lot of matches will be coming up in the French League 1, and we're just looking at some matches that will be coming up. Saint-Etienne will be playing host to PSG, the team that have almost run away with that particular league. PSG are really topping, 10 extra points ahead of the team that are actually standing second. We also have Montpellier against Olympique Lyonnais. Talking about all the matches, Montpellier, Lyon, big one there. PSG, Saint-Etienne. Saint-Etienne can be very, very stubborn team. You have Lille defending champion against Nantes, OGC Nice versus Metz there, and Lorient against Reims. But the big one, Etienne versus PSG.
Okay, and will I call it a big one there? Because French League is all about PSG right now. So they are leading the table by 10 points already. So if they continue with the current form they have now in their domestic league, I'm sure by January or February,
the league is won.
The league is won. And if the league is won and they didn't consolidate or strengthen their participation in Champions League, what will be left for them to do? What will be left for them to do? So I think their concentration now should be more on the Champions League. And coming from a 2-1 defeat from the hands of the Manchester City, I'm sure they want to pour out all their frustration on their team today. So I'll give it to PSG definitely any day, anytime. When it comes to their domestic league, I'll give it to them. No matter how stubborn they think they are, they will find a way around it.
After all, they have what it takes. They have area of stars there. Not forgetting the man that has won Ballon d'Or as if it's just an award given by just so easy. Talking about Lionel Messi, he's still trying to find his field there. But as it is, that team looks stunning to go. Well, from there we go to the big one. Yesterday, that was on Friday, a news came out from that's UEFA European playoffs. And now the path A, B, C has been released, and it is possible that Italy and Portugal will be meeting. It means it might not look well for Italy and Portugal. One of them must drop. Looking at Wales against Austria, Scotland against Ukraine, Russia, Poland, they are all in path A. So whoever qualifies there must meet against Russia, Poland, Sweden, Czech Republic, Portugal, Turkey. In part C now, part C we have Portugal, Turkey, Italy versus North Macedonia. Whoever wins between Portugal and Turkey will face Italy, Macedonia. That's why a lot of people are looking at if Portugal wins against Turkey and Italy win against North Macedonia, two of them will meet and somebody must win. But I look at it in the other way around. What if Turkey beats Portugal and Macedonia beats Italy?
Yeah, it's possible, but is it realistic?
You want?
It will be a tough cracker, and there's no leftover when it comes to games of football nowadays. There's nobody you can push aside. You can see what Cape Verde did with Nigeria. You can see what Sierra Leone did with
even Central African
Republic. You see what they did with Nigeria. So definitely, it's not about the big names, the likes of Ronaldo, Bruno's, Jorginho. No, it's about the game of football. How well can I win the ball? How well can I press? How well can I utilize my goals? So that's the situation. But however, definitely a lot of people will give it to Portugal and Italy to meet at the final stage. It will be so unfortunate and sad that we're not going to see either of them. And I think the Italians, they really have what it takes to win against Portugal, because currently they are the European champions. They won the Europe League, and also they missed out during the qualifying stage in 2018. And the last time I think Portugal missed the World Cup was in France, 1998. So it has been
they don't want it to happen again. Now, looking at this path C, because there's no way if Italy defeats North Macedonia and Portugal defeats Turkey, they just have to face themselves, and it's a dicey one. Ronaldo not going to the World Cup means another next 4 years, it will be 41.
And I think Ronaldo wants to retire his football career
after this World Cup.
Because after this World Cup, definitely
he will be 41 by the next one.
And I doubt if he can have the strength
to go
all the way as a player. Okay, as a player.
Now let's look at other part. You know, we have the part there. We just talked about the Portugal, Italy, and now we have in part B, Russia, Poland, Sweden, Czech Republic. In Swedish team, you have Ibra. Ibra wants to go to the World Cup at least for the last time. And you have at the age of 40, Czech Republic, Sweden, and Russia versus Poland. Who do you see qualifying from at least from the path? Sweden, Czech, Russia, Poland, getting to the last two before the playoffs.
Okay, Sweden, Czech, I think the Czech, they have a way of surprising people when you least expected them to do something.
So you are giving it to Czech?
So I'll give it to Czech.
Russia, Poland.
Russia and Poland, okay, neighboring country, play the same pattern of football, speak almost the same languages. Okay, I'll give it to Russia.
Seriously? You won't give it to Poland?
I'm not
going to Lewandowski?
No.
I want Lewandowski to come to at least go to the World Cup. I wish... the guy really has done well, so let him go to the World Cup and enjoy himself.
Yeah, going to the World Cup shouldn't be because he wants to go to the World Cup. It's all about teamwork. Lewandowski cannot do it all alone. If he scored 10 goals and he considered 15 goals, what happens to them? Okay, so you can only single out Lewandowski in Poland team, but in Russia team you can't single out one or two people. They play as a team. They have a teamwork. So that's why I'm giving it to the Russia against the Poland.
Good one. And the last one now, we're talking about the league now. Quickly, just the last one there. Wales, Austria, Scotland, Ukraine. This one, Wales, Austria. You don't even know who you're going to give it to. And you have Scotland versus Ukraine. Maybe a lot of people want to pick Ukraine.
Yeah, they want to pick Ukraine, and I also want to pick Ukraine, because when it comes to the to the world of sport, football. You hardly hear about Scotland. That's the truth. But Ukraine, you give it to them. Then when it comes to Austria and Wales, we have Bale.
So
definitely also.
You're giving it to Wales.
So I'm going to give it to Wales, not because we have Bale alone, because they've been consistent for the past few years when it comes to the international football. So I see Wales and Ukraine playing, and I see Ukraine coming out, and I see Russia and Czech playing, and I see Czech coming out. I see Italy and Portugal playing. So I give it to Italy.
Seriously?
Seriously.
Okay, we wait till the time when this particular playoff will be played. A lot of matches will be coming up there. The World Cup for European playoffs. Africans will be coming up precisely in January. We'll be seeing what Nigeria will do, talking about the draws during the AFCON and also when they'll be playing. Hopefully Nigeria can also skate through. We need to see the Eagles at the World Cup. That will be the size for the show this hour, talking about the 360 Sport for weekend. We've been talking with Peter Olawale. Good to have you in the studio.
Thank you so much, Mr. Adeniyi.
Good one there. For you out there, go out there and enjoy yourself in the world of sport because it is business and also fitness. I'm Adeniyi.
Celebration for their